Fasted cardio time. So going for a swim. So we're gonna have a nice little black coffee now. We're getting decaf for the minute. I want to see how it affects. I think a few mornings where I'm going like quite low calorie on certain days and low carb. Perfect time to put the washing machine on spin. I find it just affects my cortisol. I find I wake up a bit like groggy and that. So I want to see if like minimising the amount of coffee I drink will help that. That's loud as hell. Anyway, so making a coffee. This thing makes the best coffee ever. Honestly, life changing. So turn the boosh, flick it on. Using this in a minute. Not very nice. This one though, the Waitrose, life changing. To get that. And unfortunately, I just finished. Unfortunately, just ran out of my stevia drops. These are coconut ones. The chocolate ones in the coffee make it taste like a mocha. Wow, without any of the calories. Gleaming. Anyway, I'm gonna go swim a mile. Half of that is like sprint work. Getting ready for December 3rd. Boosh. Slow and steady wins the race. Painted my room yesterday, fresh white. Ran out of paint. So I need to finish the job today. Wounded. It seems to run away from me, so I did my swim. Like I said, it was the best swim I've done yet. So basically, the reason I had such an amazing swim and really enjoyed it was because I stopped focusing on lengths for once. So obviously my lengths and everything get tracked on this, but I just set this to clock time. And then I just gave myself ballpark sort of figures. So I was like, I'm just gonna swim for 15 minutes. Because normally when I get into the pool, I do 20-minute swim, like, 20 length swim, sorry. 30 length sprints, and then like a 10-minute just like cool down, little breaststroke. So little stroke of the breast. Whereas today I just said like, right, I'm just gonna swim for 15 minutes, have my warm up, like get myself ready, like activation, all that sort of stuff. Just came out the 15 lengths, end up hammering out a lot more lengths than I usually would. And my justification for this now is that when you swim or do any sort of activity by lengths, reps, sets, you have like a preconceived notion as to how tired you'll be. So I know when I get to sort of like 20 lengths, 30 lengths, I know, oh, I'm going to start feeling that. And then I need to start getting into my sprint works, otherwise I'll start gassing. And I know that when I hit 50 lengths, that's me, I'm going to start being really tired. So you have those preconceived notions, and then that can impact actually how well you perform. So it's almost like a placebo effect. Whereas today that I just went for, like I said, like for timings, didn't even count my lengths. As I was swimming, I just got in a really nice little zone, was just thinking about random shit, and just went through it. And as a result, I ended up doing a lot more lengths, swimming at a faster pace, and enjoyed it a lot more because I was so focused on just specific targets and numbers. So yeah, so my advice to you is, if you're like me, you're very quantitative. So I like numbers, so things like calories, I get quite neurotic, not neurotic, that's a bit extreme, but I get very, quite obsessive at times about numbers. So just things like calories, as I was saying on my fitness pal, I like to hit my numbers and things like that. Same as like reps, sets, everything like that, I get quite, again, obsessive is the sort of wrong word, but I get very focused on it. And one thing I've been looking at is obviously cortisol response. So when things like your calories, when that little bit goes red on my fitness pal, you're like, that can produce a little cortisol response. And that cortisol response can genuinely be worse for you than that extra 20 grams or 10 grams of oats or granola or something. So what I'm trying to say is, don't get so obsessed and focused on those numbers. Like the times when I go on holiday, like when I went to Hong Kong, went to Thailand, all those, I didn't track my macros once, and I ended up losing weight. Didn't take a step counter, just took a watch, and literally ended up losing more weight obviously, I think a lot of that's down to the lack of stress and cortisol you have to deal with all your standard stress that you have at home. But at the same time, keeping active and always drinking, things like that. So I think taking away those paradigms that can quite psychologically affect you. So things like the numbers, whereas me, I'm very quantitative. So getting rid of my fitness pal, getting rid of your step tracker for a little bit of time can help reduce that cortisol response. So give it a try. If you find you get well too caught up in that, sack it off for a little bit and say you're fair. Live your life by principles. Don't live your life by those specific numbers. So like with your diet, don't just look at hitting your macros every time. If you follow a specific set of principles, it makes it easy because you can implement them principles wherever you go in the world. So like when I go on holiday, I make sure I live like by standard principles. So I just try and be as active and move as much as possible. So when I'm at an airport, I won't use like the escalator. I'll always just take the stairs. Just little things like that. I won't use those little like escalator things along the walkway. I'll just walk normally. Those little things can make a little difference. When I'm on an airplane doing long haul flights, just making sure that I get up every like hour or so. Obviously not if I'm asleep, I'm not going to set an alarm or nothing, but when you wake up, just get up and have a little stretch off, do a little bit of plane Pilates, like cutting some next angles and stuff. And then same with your diet and nutrition. I just try and eat as unprocessed and natural as possible, and obviously I'll give myself treats. Like I'll have cake, I'll have ice cream, I'll have that stuff, but to make sure the majority of my diet is total unprocessed food. And the thing is, I enjoy that. Like when I went to Hong Kong, Thailand, all of their natural meals and that are all based around rice, chicken, pork, beef, like lean meats, lots of veg. Just get it in, just smash it. It's so tasty. You don't need to have a pasty all the time. Like, I never understand these people that go to Thailand just to go to McDonald's or Starbucks. Like Starbucks in Thailand just are everywhere out there. But I really like to try new types of foods. But yeah. So anyway, so I did my swim this morning. Went and picked up a bike because mine got robbed the other day. One of my friends lent me his bike. This little bad boy. And yeah, I realised it was like quarter past 9, so I had to cane it to the gym. So I've got my little champ camp starting in about 15-20 minutes. So I had to come in, tidy up the gym, and then after champ camp, gonna go in, have a cheeky little one-on-one with that bad boy. Just get my strength working. So yeah, it's gonna be a heavy day of training today. Like I said, not far out from a fight now. On pretty pov calories. Well, I'll discuss that at breakfast. So it's all fasted. I was only meant to do fast swim, go home, get breakfast, then come here, but I just didn't have time. But it's one of them things, innit? You just gotta deal the hand that you dealt, play the hand you dealt, and just crack on. Anyway, in a bit.
Make Sun's Day with a PlayStation VR headset with camera, VR World and GT Sport for only $249.99 plus standard $399 delivery via PlayStation 4 console to play. Hurry, this Black Friday offer ends on the 27th of November. Get more out of giving with very.co.uk. Visit bt.com/Black Friday to join BT today. Up to £400 for 18 months.
So I just did my little warm up and then just doing some mobility drills just to make sure that your body's ready to get beasted. And now I'm going to go through some strength prep, which I'll show you, which again is normally just like 3 or 4 exercises and then just a few reps through again, just like activation work, and then I go into strength. Boosh. up and down till you say stop.
It's not hot, the truth be calling, it's stressing and paging my people, you're just non-stop. And it's not hot.
Listen to what I say. Got to turn around.
Woo, go on.
What's wrong with you? You're looking kind of down at me.
That's one of the problems trying to do strength sessions when you're fasted. Obviously your energy is just not as good. And obviously I trained this morning, but still got 1 out on 100. So I'm gonna drop that back down now, probably to 90, probably 80 actually, because I'm gonna be quite fatigued. Get 2 more sets out, and then with the power based work there. So the reason I do complex supersets like that is because you get that sort of potentiation through the strength work, and then doing the sort of plyometric space stuff, the power drill, that helps basically increase your fast twitch muscle fibers. So activates a lot more of those, elicits more activation there, because that's what you want in boxing. You want to be speed, power. You want to get them type 2, type 2A. Muscle fibers. Session finished, shattered and starving, but before I go back home I'm going to paint the doors I want to paint them like light grey. So I'm about to put on an undercoat. And look, go into my sweatsuit. I was thinking, rather than ruin all my clothes, put on this and then just rinse this off. Not just a pretty face, not just a pretty face. Coat done. Now to cycle home, get some fucking brunch. It's 20 to 2. Trained twice now, and I've had an apple and a cappuccino. Thank God for coffee, that is all I'm gonna say. Just making some food. Just eat a load of granola out of the bag. Well, I had a serving of granola. Just eat that shit out of the bag because it tastes so good. I love granola, but honestly, it's that one. It's not my trigger food because I don't just go mad, but it's something I can just hammer. Like, just surpasses. Even if I'm like mad satiated, it's like just initiates hedonic eating in me, and I can just literally I could eat a whole bag just out the bag, whole bag out the bag. Anyway, so for lunch we're going for I got these sugar-free beans, some little Heinz bad boys, and they're baked beans since about 12, so I thought I'd give them a try. And then in the oven we have, whoo, shit, bit warm, should have expected that. Roast chicken and loads of veggies. So I made up 3 portions because obviously I'm going to work. So it's now 20 to 3. I got to work at 3 and I won't finish till 9. So I start at 4, won't finish till 9. So I've got my few little Tupperwares there. Let's do this. And then in the oven we have, whoo, shit, bit warm, should have expected that. Roast chicken and loads of veggies. So I made up 3 portions because obviously I'm going to work. So it's now 20 to 3. I got to work at 3 and I won't finish till 9. So I start at 4, won't finish till 9. So I've got my few little Tupperwares there. Let's do this. Yo, so finished picture. A bit of a random meal, so I've got like no food in. But yeah, I've got some Brussels sprouts, some baked beans, chicken breasts, and some gluten-free bread. Now, I don't always eat gluten-free bread. Basically, it was on sale in Tesco. It's like 80p a loaf, so I brought it. But also, when I'm getting close to a fight, because there's a potential for gluten to be very produce a lot of inflammation in the gut. It's one of those things I'd rather not risk it. So getting closer to fights, yeah, I do try and opt for like say gluten-free options, but only a couple of weeks out from a fight. It's not like I say like all time. Yeah, and also today with regards to the food, she's been a bit all over the place because obviously did my fasted card this morning. I had to go straight to the gym for my champ camp and that. So I don't follow like intermittent fasting. I do it when I'm on holiday, so I find it kind of works well. Like when I was in Thailand, Hong Kong, etc. Keep banging on about these places. I do find it works really, really well. But yeah, when I'm back home, normally not. And I didn't prep any food, so I literally had to shoot straight out the door. But it is what it is, do you know what I mean? It's one of those things. Anyway, so I'm going to eat this and then shoot to work. So I'll be there from like 4 until whenever. Got my nice big bit of juice, sparkling water, and it's a little bit of juice is the oh on the chicken and baked beans sandwich hype. I feel like I'm 14 again. Them baked beans are good. You can taste they've got no sugar and salt in them. I'll probably just take the extra few calories personally. Lesson learned. Anyway, so my calories now, week and a half out from a fight. I'm down onto POV calories now. Looking at like 2,000, about 180 grams protein, 50 odd grams of fat, and I think 160 carbs. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember, but it's roughly that. It's shit, but you're shifting off the last little bit of weight. I prefer to do this now, take off the last like extra pound or two of fat, so that next week I don't have to be so savage, because I'll be closer to my weight, and that way I won't have to do as much in the way of dehydration and things. Bastard O2 keep phoning me up, cutting off my video clips. Anyway, so yeah, I try and come weighing days, it's the day before weighing, so you can be a bit more lenient. But I mean, even on the day weighing, I'll never try and cut more than about 3 pounds, 3 or 4 pounds. I just don't risk the performance disadvantages it can bring. But that's me personally. I've done it. I don't personally like having to cut weight. I don't like that stress that it brings as well. It's just not worth it to me. So I will try and get as close to my weight as physically possible, using dietary strategies, and that, so that when I do have to, or if I do have to cut off a little bit of weight through dehydration or like water loading, I've never had to water load, so I've never had that amount to lose. But normally just drying out the day before for me is fine, because I'm only ever a couple of days over, or just cut my carbs on fight week, and I normally have dropped enough just through like muscle glycogen and things. So like I say, I like to get as close to my weight as physically possible, and yeah, in worst case I try and leave myself maybe a few pound, 3 or 4 pounds to cut, like water weight. I think when you start looking at having to cut stones and stuff like that, stones and X amount of kilos, it can just really affect your performance, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, and it's fucking stress as well. It's a drain, sitting there like in a hot bath, jumping out, getting away in scale, jump back in, and oh, it's horrible. And the night before it just fucks your sleep as well, so it's just not worth it. Anyway, and shoot down and whip these little kids into shape. Today, so it's now 10:15, just got in from work. I've done 26,500 steps, 3,500 calories, but that didn't take obviously into consideration. I ended up sparring as well at 7. When the boys came in, I was like, "You work on sparring?" And the class was dead, and there was 2 other trainers there, so I was like, "Go on then." I was just literally praying it was going to be like 20 people walk through the door, but it didn't. So I ended up having to spar as well, so 3 sessions today. So I might train like a pro. Train like a pro, eat like a pauper. I've got no food, so I've got nothing to eat. Obviously I had that food that I made up earlier, but that was at like 6. So I've got a few of these hex sausages left and a load of mushrooms. Oh shit. That is literally my dinner. And. If you don't know about Little Pineapple Zero, oh my word, it is the nicest drink you will ever try, trust me. Anyway, today the life of lights out. Oh, I did actually. I ate some granola, of course. I chopped up a banana, threw it in a granola, and a little bit of peanut butter.